Welcome to RHI Sociable City Interviews, where we meet with global thought leaders on nightlife and the social economy. Today, we are joined by Kelly Kaplan, the Community Outreach Coordinator for the Metro Nashville Office of Nightlife. With over 20 years of experience in the tourism hospitality industry, she brings a unique background and advocacy to engage all sectors in Nashville's nighttime social economy.
Hey, Kelly, so great to see you. I'm so fortunate to be able to talk to you, learn a bit more about your background and your history today.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me. This is fun.
Yeah. So, why don't you just give a quick overview of your background and what your current role is?
Yeah, so I've always been in hospitality. I started 28 years ago here in Nashville in hospitality, working and opening restaurants and bars and hotels. Mostly hotels in the beginning, um, out in the Cool Springs, Franklin area. And then I just worked my way north towards the city and working in venues and restaurants, and where it's gotten me today, what I'm doing now. So
Yeah, well, it's certainly a vibrant city, but has it always been that way since you began, and what's changed?
it has always been this way. I think, as far as vibrancy, yes. I think there's always been so much potential in the city, and I think that's part of the reason why we are where we are today. It definitely has come a long way from just being small town, little tiny bars, to now these corporations are coming in and building an empire around music and hospitality. So it's kind of cool.
Well, you see a lot of big names that associate themselves with some of the venues, obviously like Garth Brooks and others. So, so how do they play a role in really developing the branding of the city?
I think because of country music being such a strong um, music industry right now, and it is an era, we have been able to back things up right on Broadway. But there's so much more music here than just country music. So we're having other artists like the Jimmy Buffetts and the B.B. Kings and the other artists of other genres come here and make a home for themselves. So even though Broadway is mostly, the hard country names that you normally hear now, the outskirts are really taking effect into building a community here themselves as well.
Yeah, I know there's different neighborhoods, and I know there's some history of the African American music
Mhm.
genre and that type of music. Is there an area that people can go to off of Broadway to experience some of this different music than what might be just country?
Yes, there's neighborhoods and pockets now throughout the whole city. In the last 25 years since I've been here, it went from just being downtown to now you can walk out your door if you're living within 10 miles of the city and still be able to find a really cool venue with really different music. East Nashville is very much a hipster, really cool neighborhood vibe where everyone feels comfortable and very chill place. When you've got the Gulch or Germantown that are a little bit more, upscale. It's been really fun to watch and see the growth of the city, and how all these different musicians and all these different genres of music have come together and collaborated to make such a great city as we are today.
So what I hear you saying is that the music venues themselves and the musicians seem to collaborate more in terms of developing their brand rather than just being competitive. And
Yeah.
so you see that happening. The kind of is that what makes it more unique? Is that people see themselves as a part of a whole instead of just working independently?
100%. I think that collaboration has been the key to our success here in Nashville. I will say that's probably the number one word, and I will always say that is, the Southern hospitality, but the collaboration of being able to see so many different things come together in so many different ways.
Mhm. So what about the musicians? I'm sure they come from all over to get their start in Nashville. So So what's the journey for people coming to the city to where they can actually claim to be making it in Nashville?
I've never been on the musician side, but I can honestly say opportunity, right? That there's always been an open door here, and people have been able to have opportunities to being able to play, and because there's so many options here for them to play. It's not just two or three live music entertainment venues that are booking these big bands. They want on Tuesday nights to have a songwriters night or have a pop-up concert for a new artist or someone that is well known. I mean, I think that the opportunity is just endless here, with the amount of venues and that the venues allow that these artists that are trying to make it and trying to make things better, they're giving that opportunity out too.
Hmm. Well, you spoke about your own career, from all the different sectors of the industry. And I know you're quite interested in promoting and advocating women in Nashville's hospitality and entertainment. And you're also lining up, I guess, a really great panel of people who are going to be represented from the different sectors of the hospitality and entertainment industry. So maybe talk a little bit about what makes Nashville welcome for women who really have, a desire for careers in hospitality and entertainment, and maybe talk about a couple of the success stories.
Yeah. So I can say that my growth, and I have a high school education. I didn't go to college. College school wasn't my thing. So I got on into the work world and worked my way up. And hospitality has a way for people to have that kind of opportunity, and has really opened the doors for women. I see so many women that are in key roles, that run these large venues or own these bars or are key people or directors within the city that make Nashville and Music City such a great success, that it's exciting to know that Nashville has that open eye, that doesn't close the door to the good old boys club. You hear that so many times in our industry, but Nashville just doesn't have that. We have just as many women in key roles and making this train work, as men. So that's
Mhm.
exciting.
You have any in particular that you're going to feature on the panel that you want to talk about?
Yeah, so Lisa LeClaire, who's with the Greater Nashville Hospitality Association, she has been a staple in the city for a long time. She was the original general manager of the Hilton downtown, and worked her way into the Greater Nashville Hospitality Association as the president and CEO. So I'm really excited to have her on the panel. There's a couple others. I don't want to say names until I get them confirmed. But we're really excited to see. I think there'll be a representation of the Country Music Association within there. The hopefully an owner of one of the bars and restaurants that has started from the beginning before Nashville was cool. We're slated to work with her and get her on that panel as well. So, and they can talk about the opportunities that they've had and the struggles that they've had through it in the last 25 years, but to see what the successes have been and what Nashville looks like now with women in leadership.
Mhm, mhm. Well, Nashville also has a reputation for the bridal parties. I know when I was there, it seems. So
Yes.
how do people feel about this distinguishing honor?
At first it was great. I think ultimately the reason why women and girls are choosing Nashville as a location for their bachelorette party or their celebration or whatever that may be is that our city is safe for the most part. Yes, we've had issues. Yes, there has been instances, but every city does and every city will continue to have that. It's about how you handle the situation and how you make changes. And I would say that um, outreach and getting involved with the community and with those bachelorette parties, they feel safe here. We have resources and things here for them to have a good time and not worry.
Yeah, I noticed you have your entertainment unit for police, but I know it's more than just police. It includes fire, alcohol, and there's also the bar safe program
Hmm.
that or safe bar program
Correct.
that is a that is an integral part of this, which I think really works to make it safer for women in general. I mean, maybe that's what makes it more comfortable for women to come because you have this really broad-based approach to safety. And I didn't notice necessarily a lot of police, but it certainly seems there's a lot of relationships between the security staff and talking about organizing the venue operators. When I was there was a meeting where venue operators were there, and they were able to talk with the police commander or the alcohol beverage control representative or a city council member.
Hmm.
So it seems like you have ongoing dialogue with the venue operators. And my tour showed that the security staff has a good working relationship with the police as well.
We
And I
do.
understand that they even do trainings with the security.
They do. We do. And it's really great. They get together on a monthly basis as well. Just the security companies, all the security teams from all the different venues. Once a month, the police do a monthly meeting and go over any instances, any concerns, things like that. And they also have a WhatsApp app on each of their phones. So when they are working, they can get together and collaborate immediately. If there's someone in the bar that is getting kicked out and does not need to be in another bar, they take a picture of him, put him on the WhatsApp so it's circulated and communicated throughout, which makes the city safer ultimately. And so it's really nice to see that everyone just works together.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, it sounds to me like you've got a lot of different systems in place, particularly
Hmm.
those that are really facilitating opportunities for women, both within the industry, but also as patrons, where they can feel safe and really let loose and have a good time without feeling that they could be harassed or harmed. But Nashville has the title of Music City. So,
Hmm.
what is it that specifically might make a music city, and what makes Nashville a music city?
I think what Nashville makes as Music City is the opportunity and the amount of different music here and opportunity for all different genres of what it looks like and the collaboration of what music makes, right? And music's always been a collaboration of instruments and people and sound, and I feel like Nashville has created that with people in a collaboration. So that's what I would say Music City is.
Mm. So it's all the players playing in harmony,
That's right.
and that's what makes Nashville. So you have your songwriters, you have your performers, you have your venues, you have your associations that support the venues, you have the government that supports everybody's collaboration, and you have the safety aspect of it. So those are the components, it seems to me, from what we talked about, that makes Nashville a music city and a success.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. Any other final words about what you would expect from or what people can expect when they come to Nashville?
A good time. We're gonna
Mhm.
have a good time. You're gonna be entertained from the time you get off that plane or in your out of your car until the time you leave, and you will be exhausted.
All right. Well, thank you, Kelly. This has been great to get to know you and to learn more about Nashville and why you're so proud of the city.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have y'all. Thanks,
Okay.
Jim.
Okay.